you doing, Kevin?
I am well. How old are you?
I am 25. I just turned 25.
All right. Winter is coming. What do you
It
got?
is. And it's getting cold out. And
Yeah, it's
honestly,
like, baby, it's cold outside.
it's cold outside. Yes. Oh my
When's
God.
your last
So
relationship?
my last relationship was about 8 months ago.
And how long did that last?
It lasted about 6 months,
What's the longest relationship you ever had?
3 years.
How long ago
I
was
was,
that one you had?
yeah, I was very young. I was 19. So that was a while back ago, maybe
Were you in
three or
college at the time?
I had just got out of college, so I went to college for a year and went back
Okay.
home and started working.
So what do you do for a living?
So I do event coordination. I live in Atlanta, Georgia right now. But
So what do you?
honestly,
So
Mhm.
what do you? Go ahead. What are you here for? Go ahead.
Yeah, so the question I wanted to ask, I don't have a problem attracting men. I have a problem attracting men that are closer to my age. A lot of men
What do you
that
mean
are
closer to
interested
your?
in me
Hold on. Close to your age for what?
because Kevin, they trying to
Closer
put
to
me in
your
this
age for what?
because they trying to put me in the senior citizen home
For
too early.
what?
Too early. I don't
Oh
want to be in the
Jesus.
senior
Okay,
citizen.
ma'am. What purpose are you trying to attract a man closer to your age? For what purpose?
Relatability.
Relatability is not a purpose. Are you
That's
trying
how I
to
feel.
okay, all right. Husa. Are you
Let's breathe it
trying
out.
to attract a younger man for the purpose of relationship or marriage?
Not younger, not 25 like me, but I'm attracting people that are in their 50s
Can you answer the French toast question before you go on a tangent? What did I ask you?
for marriage.
You need to stay exactly right where you are. Because it shouldn't be that hard to get an answer, man. You want a younger man for marriage.
30s and 40s, but above that, I can't go farther than that. But I'm attracting 50s and
So
sometimes
let me
60s.
ask you first. Let me ask you, why are you a wife?
Am I a wife? I'm not currently married, so I guess
No,
not
no, 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 no,
technically.
no, 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 no. No. You become a wife before you're married. You don't decide to become a wife afterwards. He will find it. The wife finds it the good thing. It doesn't mean you become a wife after marriage.
So am I a wife? Yes, I would say so.
Hmm. You want children?
I do.
How many?
3, maybe 4.
Hmm. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant when married with your first child?
No.
So you want to be a housewife?
After I have children, yes.
Yeah. How much is it going to take or cost a man in Atlanta to have 4 children and a stay-at-home wife? How much would that man need to make annually to provide a middle
Whew,
class lifestyle?
whew. At least 300, 350K.
How tall are you?
I am 5'9".
Dress size?
I think an 8,
How
somewhere
much did
around
you
there.
weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
165.
Mm-hmm. And you have 1 year of college?
Yes.
Mhm. What percentage do you care? Do you want a man that's black or do you care about his race?
Yeah, I would like a man that's black, but I can get along with
What
other
percentage of
races.
black men earn $300,000 or more annually?
Well, from watching your other videos, I'm thinking that's the top 15% or 10%.
The top 15% of black men earn 300,000. So what is the top 50%? What do men and half of black men make? If the top 15 make 300,000, what does the average black man make?
Average black man, 50,000, 40, 45,000.
How can that be? 45,000 to 50,000 for the top 50%, but then the top 15% make 300,000. So that means between 16% and 49% is a $250,000 graduation.
See, I'm willing to move somewhere with a lower cost of living, Kevin. I'm willing.
What? Did you understand what I just said?
Oh, I understand what you just said, but if I move to a place with a lower cost of
What did I
living,
just say? What did I just say?
you just said the gap is too big, so the math doesn't add up.
Yeah, but you didn't address it. You talked about moving. That's a non sequitur. That doesn't match.
Well, the reason why I just changed to moving is because that changes the whole dynamic
No, it doesn't.
of the amount of money that we
No, it
need.
doesn't. It changes in your mind. It doesn't change the math. And this is the problem that just presented itself when I asked you about why do you want a man, and you couldn't be direct. There's things aren't firing together. But bottom line is you can't go from 49% to 16% and have a $200,000 jump. That is an exponential increase. That makes no sense.
No sense.
Absolutely not. But let's just take your math. At what age does the average man hit his financial stride? Between what 10-year period?
Probably 35 and 45.
45 and 55.
Oh,
So let me get this right. You want a young man who's making $300,000 or more.
that's in Atlanta. That's why I referred to moving.
Outside of your French toast mind. Because the next question is going to be hard. What would a man who is 30 years old making $300,000 or more want with you?
Hmm. What would he want with me?
I don't know.
Well, I can go back to the question you asked earlier. Am I a wife? Yes, I am.
The guy who crossed the Rio Grande illegally has a wife. He doesn't have $300,000 annually. We're talking about a guy making $25,000 a month. Better than 6 stacks a week. Almost close to about $1,000 a day. And all he gets is a woman who thinks she's a wife.
So have less kids. Is that the solution?
The solution is come back to reality. That's
Okay,
the
what's the
solution.
reality?
Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 0 to 10? 1 to 10, just your face, you can't use 7. Fresh face out of the shower.
Fresh face out of the shower. I would give myself a nice 8.5.
Beyonce is a nice 8. Kelly Rowland is a nice 9. And you give yourself,
and they're beautiful.
You give yourself the difference between those two. That's what
I honestly do, yes.
Okay, so if we put Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and your picture in a magazine and people, and people would say all these things line up. They're about the same. Yeah. How much money did your last boyfriend make?
Probably 50,000 a year.
Because that's what you are.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ooh. Got him. Oh, got him.
Ma'am.
Yes.
I'm hoping you're trolling, because if you're serious, why would $300,000 the top 1% of all earners? Men like that aren't playing games. They don't joke. They're not being silly. They have to know the kind of stuff. You don't make that kind of money being a not serious person. I'm going to ask you a deadly serious question. Can you handle a man with a mindset to make $1/3 of $1 million a year?
Can I handle that man? What do you mean handle?
That is a different kind of guy. He has a different level of thinking, a different kind of conversation, and a different level of expectation. Give you an example. Where do you live, Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
You ever go to Waffle House?
Oh, I hate Waffle House. Smelly.
I asked you that. You ever go?
I said, no, I hate Waffle House. Smelly.
Okay. How do you know it smells?
Because I went in Ohio, not in Atlanta.
I didn't ask you where. I said, have you ever been? All right, I'm done. You can't even keep up with the conversation. Pathetic. Can't even keep up with the conversation. And I think this, and some of these folks think this is funny. When is coming for women like her first? When is coming for folks like her first? Because she thinks she's being funny, but I'm like, you go to a Waffle House, you go to a 5-star restaurant, or even go to Ruth Chris or Del Frisco, the service is different. The people who can handle the service at Waffle House can't handle the service at Del Frisco. But the funny thing is, what she was saying isn't too far from the truth, whether she was being silly or not. And the problem is, you just came on here to make yourself look like crazy. But what you look like is more of the same delusion. I want a man who's making all this money, and I can't even answer a question straight. And I want you guys to understand that your competition looks at you guys and says, this is my competition? This is what a man, a black man in the top 1% is supposed to get. Oh, poor thing.
Guys, thanks for checking in. Now, talking about this lady, it's just crazy and it's so wild to me. You see a lady that you have to ask her a question 6 consecutive times, right? What purpose do you need a man that is close to your age for? This question has been asked for 6 consecutive times. And this lady couldn't just understand what the question was all about. And these are all educated. She says she has been to college for 1 year. If you have been over 12th grade and you have been to tertiary level, that is the college for 1 year, at least you should have some level of understanding. And this is a lady that thinks that she deserves a guy that is making well over $300,000 a year. I mean, do they even think at all? When they are saying these things, do they think of it at all, or they just open their mouth and start to speak? How on earth do you have this type of mindset that is low IQ, low class, low level of understanding, and you think that that is what a man making not just $100,000, not just $200,000, that $300,000, and to the point that you are having a conversation about it, and she went all out to say, then relocation. So it's not about let me reduce or be realistic with myself and bringing myself to reality and understanding that where I'm mentioning or what I think I am, I'm not that shit. And bear in mind, this is just not of one instance, right? She was also asked, have you ever been to the Waffle House before? And she said, it's stinky. That's not a question. So I will say Maybe you might not agree with what I'm saying, but if you are someone that's honest, you just can clearly understand that this lady just do not know anything, do not have any level of understanding. Because have you ever been to the Waffle House before? Yes or no? Then she got it stinks. Who asked you that, whether or not it stinks or something like that? So it all boils down to the lack of understanding, low level of understanding, low IQ. And these are the women, like he was saying, black men that are at the top have to pick from. How will a man making that amount of money, like he said, that man can just not be an average guy or a guy that just doesn't plan his life. That guy has to be serious. And simple conversation, you can't have it. This conversation didn't make sense because of the way and manner in which she answered her questions. It has been 12 minutes plus segment, but it didn't make sense. The 12 minutes was just a waste of time. And they expose themselves this way that they are stupid, and they end up blaming him that he makes women look stupid or something. No, you stupid. He don't make you stupid. You make yourself look stupid and crazy. Guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.